When he slams you down onto the ground, after you drop the camera, how do you feel?
I was scared. I was thinking, crap, because it's everything that I was trying to avoid downstairs. When he started getting mad, I was doing everything I could to avoid that, and I still didn't avoid it. I still screwed it up, and now he's pissed again. So he's freaking out, I'm freaking out. I rolled, like I said, I rolled off to my left and began to run down the hallway, and I could hear him follow. I could hear his footsteps chasing me.
Were you scared when he was chasing you?
Yeah, I didn't want him to grab me again.
What were you scared that he would do?
Who knows? At that point, he had already almost killed me. I wasn't thinking when he almost killed me before that I was going to possibly die. I was just thinking I couldn't breathe. No air. That's all I could think of before I passed out. But it was later on that I realized that I could have died if he had just held on to my neck a little longer. So I didn't want that to happen, obviously. So I ran into the closet and I slammed the door, and I intended to run through the opposite end of the door because it has another exit. And as soon as I got in there and began to run, I remembered where he kept a gun. So I grabbed it. I jumped up on the shelf, kept it on the very top. I grabbed it, and then I ran out the other door as he was opening the door. And he ran, chasing me. And I turned around and pointed it at him so that he would stop chasing me.
Jodi, I want to show you what's been marked as exhibit number 70. Do you recognize that area?
Yes.
What is that?
His closet.
You said that you grabbed the gun from the closet. Can you point to us where the gun was?
It's not shown in this picture, but it's at the very top of the shelf, up like right here.
Okay, let me
but
show
it's
you.
above that.
Let me show you then what's been entered as exhibit 69. Does this show the area from which you grabbed the gun?
Yes.
Could you point to that for us, Jodi?
It was up here in the corner, kind of up, right up there.
Okay. You told us that you knew the gun was there. How did you know that?
I had known he had it. I found it one day when he used to give me projects when I would clean. Sometimes it was the floorboards, sometimes it was the light fixtures, and this day it was the closet shelves. I had to pull everything off the shelves and dust it all. So I got onto the top shelf. There was, I don't know if it was shown in that picture, but there's also a seat. So I moved the seat around to stand on it to get up there, and it was up there.
Okay. So you told us that you grabbed the gun and got out through the closet, correct?
Yes.
I want to show you what's been marked as exhibit 162. Jodi, how do we look at that picture, please? How do we get to that point in time? What happened between the time you grabbed the gun?
I don't know how that picture was taken.
I'm not asking you how the picture was taken. I'm asking you what happened at that, in between the time you grabbed the gun and what we see here. What happened?
When I grabbed the gun, I ran out of the closet. He was chasing me. I turned around and we were in the middle of the bathroom. I pointed it at him with both of my hands. I thought that would stop him if someone were pointing a gun at me, I would stop. But he just kept running. He got, like a linebacker, he got kind of low and grabbed my waist. But before he did that, as he was lunging at me, the gun went off. I didn't mean to shoot him or anything. I didn't even think I was holding the trigger. I just was pointing it at him. And I didn't even know that I shot him. It just went off, and he lunged at me, and we fell really hard against the tile toward the other wall, like kind of near the scales or whatever those things are. So at this point, I didn't even know that if he had been shot. I didn't see anything different. He was just, we were struggling and wrestling, and he's a wrestler. He had wrestled in high school, and he was getting on top of me. And I didn't want him to get on top of me, because when he had done that in the past, I can't get out of those holds that he gets. So he's grabbing at my clothes, and I got up, and he's just screaming angry. And after I broke away from him, he said, "Fucking kill you, bitch." And
before he lunged at you, was he yelling at you and threatening you? To your recollection?
Well, he was chasing me, and he was pissed off.
Okay. Do you remember him yelling or saying anything?
He was calling me names because I dropped his camera.
Okay. Do you remember what those were?
Well, I remember him calling me a fucking idiot. And I remember him telling me that a 5-year-old can hold a camera better than me.
Do you remember saying anything to him as he lunged at you?
I don't think so. I was crying and running, and I pointed it at him, assuming that he would get the idea that to stop. He wouldn't stop.
What do you mean he wouldn't stop?
Well, after the gun went off, I thought, crap, because now he's really going to be pissed. I didn't know that I shot him. I thought I shot a hole in the wall or something, and I'm thinking he's really going to be pissed at me now. So now he's telling me he's going to kill me, and I think after he said that, he had almost killed me before, and
And what?
there's a lot of that day that I don't remember. There are a lot of gaps. I don't remember the poses of the pictures. I remember them now that I've seen the pictures, but I didn't remember them until I saw them. I remember taking pictures. I just don't remember the pictures themselves, even though we looked at them. And now I see them, I remember them.
Well, let me ask you this, getting us back to that moment in time, not the poses, anything else. You've told us that he said, "Kill you, bitch," and you were underneath him trying to get away.
He said that right after I broke away from him.
Okay, right after you broke away from him. Once you broke away from him, what do you remember?
Almost nothing for a long time. There are some things that have come back over years, but nothing. I don't know if those are things that I'm thinking of from before, or if it's that day. It's confusing. There is like a huge gap. Like, I don't know if I blacked out or what. There's a huge gap, and the most clear memory that I have after that point is driving in the desert. But there are certain little things that have come back, like pictures in my mind that have come back since then.